Welcome to the Joy of Coding.
Hello, and welcome to episode 327 of The Joy of Coding. My name is Mike Conley. It's so good to have you here. It's so good to have you with me while we're going to be hacking on some Firefox stuff today. Excuse me, I say we as if I've got like a whole team of people here. It's just me, but you're going to be with me. Whoever you are, wherever you're watching, if you're watching in the future, if you're watching in the past somehow, I'm not going to judge. Well, you're with me, and that's great, and we're going to work on this stuff together. Thanks for being here. I'll start by sharing my screen. Right, so this is today's agenda. Excuse me. A quick reminder, I say this every time, no plan survives breakfast. I kind of know what I want to do today. I have a sense of where I want the episode to go, but who knows how it'll go. It might go completely sideways. It might fall over. The stream might fall apart, or we might get stuck, or we might be waiting for builds to finish, and so we get switched over to something completely different. That's all possible, and that's okay. You're watching me tackle things in real time with software development in the raw, and so I've got this little gap here in my green screen. I just realized, and so that's one of the sorts of things that can go wrong. Let me adjust that real quick, see if that helps. Is that better? That's a little bit better. Hang on. I might be able to do a bit better. 1 second. A little bit better. Cuts off my mouth a little bit. Here, let me just... Whoop. There we go. Yeah, so things might go wrong. Things like that. My green screen might fall over. Suddenly, bees. Just bees everywhere. Anything can happen. So just be prepared for anything. The second thing to remember or to note is that the agenda that we're looking at is something that you have access to. If you're watching this on Air Mozilla, check out the details section over there. If you're watching this on YouTube or Diode.zone, check out down below in the details or the description of the video for a link to the agenda. And if you're watching this on Twitch, it's down in the channel details. And as I update the agenda, it will save and it should sync in the background. Yes, be prepared. Be prepared. Very good. Very good. All right, so what are we working on today? So we tried to work on this last week, and we've been trying to work on it. I keep getting pulled off on other stuff because this isn't like a high priority task for me right now, but I want to keep getting back to it. The Windows jump list stuff, which we were working on for a while, we got something working, got pulled away, came back to it a little bit, thought about testing, did some consulting, and we're back. I'm wanting to work on this today for the stream. And something that we had talked about during the last episode was a plan for trying to split out what we'd done. We have this, Akris asks, isn't this a minor feature? I'd say that I wouldn't even call this a feature. This is a desktop integration. This is an operating system integration. What we're talking about is the list that appears when you like right click on the browser, and it like shows a list of places you've been and like things you can do. And so yeah, it's one of the things that I wanted to do is revisit our approach. Our current approach was that the back end, the new and old back end, was basically using the same chunk of code, but it was like it had a new method on part of it, and it shared. There was like some sharing of a mechanism in the background, but like it was basically two modes of the same component. And I actually want to split that out because like when we do that, we inherit a lot of the baggage from the old component, and I don't want to have to do that. Minor feature, but requires a deep dive in over 4 live streams. Yeah, I mean, it's yeah, we've been taking our time. I will stress that like we've been I've been kind of working on this on the side of my desk. I haven't had the clearest plan going into this. Like, if this was a serious project, well, I say serious project. If this was like something tied to a particular timeline and like I got to get this done in a month or something, I would probably have written out a plan and worked with some other engineers at Mozilla to sort of like have a roadmap and a plan. But we you have been watching me feel this out in real time. Like, I haven't really been thinking about this very much outside of the stream. And so that's why it's taking a long time. If you sum up the number of streams where we've been working on this, it's probably something like 10 or 12 hours in total. And that's about a day and a half of full-time work, which, yeah, that's about right where we'd be right now. So let's keep going. So what I want to do today is carry out this plan where I'm actually going to copy some of this over to here. How do I... There. A lot of the complexity we're dealing with architecturally is because we're trying to maintain the old backend while adding the new capability with the new backend. What I want to do is determine if we can do a better job of separating out the jump list backend by reading a pref at runtime and choosing the right implementation. So the first step I want to do, and actually I'm going to turn these into like a to-do list. Oh, geez. All right, so I'm going to split this out into a new list. To do is I'm going to start by renaming Jump List Builder to Legacy Jump List Builder. And then here's what we're going to do. I'm going to check out Central. I'm going to start as if I hadn't made a change. I'm going to start right from the tip. We've got our, we basically drilled a couple of pilot holes here, and through trial and error have developed a kind of a plan. You know, we ran down one alleyway and we got a sense of its characteristics and we learned a bit, and now we've got a clearer sense of how to proceed. We're not going to throw away this work. We're going to reuse a bunch of it, but I want to start kind of from scratch, at least to make it so that I don't have to... this is easier than like trying to take the patch that I've written and split it into these things. I'm going to start from scratch and try and recycle a bunch of the changes from the old patch. But I'm going to start by this step. Rename NSI Jump List Builder to Legacy Jump List Builder. Okay, can do. So where is NSI Jump List Builder? Whoops, we got to use Search Fox. Where is that all sort of like declared? So there is the IDL under widget. We're going to start there by just renaming the file. Oh, I got T delivery. Thank you very much. So we're going to start by renaming widget NSI Jump List Builder to widget NSI Legacy Jump List Builder is what our decision was. Was that the decision? Legacy Jump List Builder. Okay. And then we have to change the actual IDL declaration inside of it. So let's do that next. So NSI Legacy Jump List Builder. So we're going to call this Legacy Jump List Builder. And what is this? Jump List Committed Callback. And we probably want to rename that as well to Legacy Jump List Committed Callback. Okay, and then Jump List Builder is used inside, there's jumplistbuilder.h. We're going to rename that to Legacy Jump List Builder. But the actual build, we're gonna start by changing widget moz.build. We're gonna point it to a different, wait, that's widget GTK. I want widget moz.build. That one. Jump list. Okay, so we're gonna legacy. Is there anything else in here? Jump listy. Okay. And then all of the usages need to be updated. So, for example, when taskbar, was it .cpp, needs to know that this is now the legacy jump list builder. Jumps list. Legacy jump list builder. Enniswin. Where does this come from? Define in widget CID. Okay, fine. I'm going to update that. NS. Whoops. CID. CID. Jump list. Jump. No need to be case sensitive. Naswin legacy. Jump list builder. CID. Legacy. So this is gonna cause a whole like slew of compilation problems, almost certainly. We're probably gonna be wrestling with this rename for the first hour while we sort of like have the go through the hoops of making our build system happy with this rename. And all of the associated renames. Okay, so there was that. What else? There's going to be a bit of trial and error here getting this stuff to build. We're going to want to rename widget windows jump list builder .h. Whoops, no, don't open Zoom. No, no, don't open Zoom. HG move widget jump list builder. Was it Windows? Jump list builder .h to widget Windows jump legacy jump list builder .h. And then there's probably an associated CPP. Okay. And then jump list builder.h needs to know jump list builder.h legacy jump list builder.h. We're gonna do that. Basically, we're gonna look for jump list SI legacy. I'm just going to copy that to the clipboard. Legacy. 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 SI legacy. Jump list builder. Legacy. Okay. What else you got? Did I already talk about? Yeah, NSI Win taskbar will need to be updated. NSI Legacy jump list builder. Create legacy jump list builder. All right, copy the clipboard. Come on. Retrieve a legacy. Okay, what else? Anything else in here? Okay, that's it. We already modified that. Jump list builder itself, the CPP needs to be legacy jump list builder. Legacy. Andre Legacy. That's just a tennis joke. Legacy. Committed callback. We also renamed that. bum, bum. Ba, 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 ba. This is manual stuff. The internals, I don't think we need to update. I don't think that's necessary. So all of the usages of jump list builder, I'm gonna just find and replace. Jump list builder, anything with a space in front of it, I'm gonna say you are all now going to be legacy jump list builder. Okay, anything else? Jumpst. We're definitely gonna find stuff in our attempts to build this. That's gonna need to be renamed jump list separator. All right. I'm actually quite curious to see what's going to fall apart whenever we build. Build with opt or default. Let's just see what happens if we do like mock build widget. I'm very curious. Shock. Howdy, Shock. Good to see you. Good to hear from you. Hope things are well. Oh, I've got like leftover coffee and brand new tea. I'm like, I don't know if you can see this. So good. Oh, okay. So not a fan. Right. Does not. The report error is legacy jump list item.idl doesn't exist. Right. I think we failed to rename that one. So hg move widget jump list item to widget NSI legacy jump list item.idl. And is there another one? There are probably others. Widget NSI jump. No? Okay. Well, that's good. So now we can look inside NSI legacy jump list item. And we're going to do that. There are a few in here. NSI legacy jump list separator, legacy jump list link, legacy jump list shortcut, inherits from NSI legacy jump list item. I think we had another one up here that did that. Yeah. There's some inheritance, eh? Think you're smart, eh? Let's see. That I think will do it. And then we have to update our build widget moz.build. Oh yeah, okay, we already did do that. Okay, let's try again. Nope. Oh, okay, that's good. Build widget. Great to see you still hacking away. Of course, of course. Good to see you too. Now it's mad about jumplistbuilder.cpp doesn't exist because I guess that's being referred to in here. what's making... Oh, I'll bet you. Under widget windows. Yeah, widget windows. There is a moz.build. And these all need to be renamed. Okay, so we've got more to do. Jump list. So first of all, that's got to be legacy. Okay, that'll be here. Legacy jump list builder. Still makes sense there. Okay, and then what was the other thing? I saw in here that there's also jump list item is still here, so that needs to be moved. HG move widget windows jump list item. H needs to be widget windows legacy jump list item dot H, and similarly CPP. Okay, so far so good. And then inside those files, legacy. Cycle collection mapping. Okay, and then I'm gonna do a rename. Find, replace, jump list. I say legacy jump list, and we're gonna do them one at a time. Replace, replace. Yes, yes, yes. Go, go. Yep, yep. Looks right. Yep, 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 yep. No. Nope, nope. Oh, yes, that one. How do I find previous? Shoot. Okay, replace. Yes. No. No, no, no. No, no. Yes. No, 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 no. No, no. Internals, I do not care about renaming. Am I just going in a loop? 396. Have I been looping this entire... Yes, I have been. Okay. I thought there was one I failed to rename. You know what? I probably looped around and fixed it, is what happened. Okay. Let's see what happens now. How deep does the rabbit hole go? As deep as you can dig. Oh wow, you can dig and dig and dig until the cows come home. Smurf's like, search for NSI jump list as well. Okay. Oh yeah, he searches for jump list, so it's included. That's true. I don't think there's any NSI jump list in here. Oh! No, you're right. You're right. Couple places. You were right, Smurf D, as usual. You saw with your eagle eyes something I missed. I could probably do this with find and replace. NSI jump list, NSI legacy jump list. Replace all. Just do it. All right. Type error. NSI jump list committed callback not found. In legacy jump list builder. I thought I renamed you to legacy jump list committed callback. Oh. Yeah, that's why. I gotta rename that. Okay. Try it again. Still not happy. NSI jump list item not found. No surprise. Where's that error in? NSI legacy jump list item. Yeah. Okay. Try that. Who would have thought that a rename would be such a pain? I'm sure there are some refactoring tools that, if we weren't so special, would could make short work of this, but XPCOM. Okay, so we missed one. We missed a destructor here. Missed a bunch of stuff. Okay, I get it. In the destructor of legacy jumpless builder.h. Yeah, I missed the destructor. What else did I miss? What else did I miss? Well, that's related to the first thing. That's, I think, also related. Oh, it's like, hey, that should be destructible. Never heard of this thing. Uncleared identifier. Okay, here we go. Jumpless legacy jumpless builder line 225. Okay. And then line 340. Legacy. Oh, more. All right, find, replace. NSI jump list with NSI legacy jump list. Just replace. All right. Are we happy now? Okra says refactoring tools are probably more painful in the short term. Do you agree? Comment below if you agree. Couldn't open Mozglue. Okay. Well, it's probably because I'm trying to build just a single directory, and I need to do the full mock build. This is all just to try and sniff out anything I missed. Legacy jumpless separator, it's never heard of. Jump list separator. It would probably be item. Legacy jump list item.h. Aha. Gotta update this. Legacy. Legacy. This is gonna be worth it, y'all. Trust me. Whoop. This will make it easier to migrate off the old thing. Trust me. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. Boo 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 boo. Boo doo 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 doo. Boo doo doo. Legacy jump list shortcut. Now I'm doing this thing. Legacy. Bow, bow, bow. Whoops. Should probably have done this with find and replace, but we're almost done anyway. All right, how about now? 2 eternities later. I missed another one. Legacy Jumpless Builder. What was that? Lambda on 482. And then Win Taskbar CPP. Oh. Did I not save this file? I guess I didn't save this file. All right, try now. This will be worth it, gang. Trust me. Okay. Win taskbar 38. Right. 411. Legacy. Do we rename that to K Legacy? Yeah, we did. 411, 414. This should be Legacy. 416. Yeah, got that one. And then 411, that's done. That's all done. 416. Yes. Yes. That's all done. Okay. Save. Try again. K jump list. Did I have a... do I still have a K jump list in here? Nope. Oh no, the NASDAQ is down 1.10. Everyone freaking out about something. Wonder what that's all about. All right, so the directory built. So now if I just do a normal build, let's see what happens. Now this might actually take a while, in which case we can switch our attention to something else while we wait for this to build. But I think if all goes well, this should this should build. And that can be our first patch. Okay, so let's let that sit for a little bit. The other thing I want to do, I want to review a patch that was put in my queue today. This is a pretty straightforward one. Let me pump up the font so you can see. Oh, fun news. We started to roll out the new migration wizard to people on the release channel, so that's exciting. We started to slowly roll it out to some people. Not everybody, but just some people. We're just seeing how it behaves in the wild, but that's exciting. Why was that why the Moz glue failed? You only build the widgets folder? It was because I hadn't built the rest of the Mozilla Central directory. Like it was like Moz glue is probably some part of like XRE or some other directory that it was dependent on. And it's like, hey, that thing's not built, and that's because it had failed to build the other directories earlier, and I hadn't built the other directories. So now we're actually doing a legit build. So we're gonna let it go through its paces, and while we wait, we can review this patch. So this patch is something we had reviewed something similar to this a couple of weeks ago, where we are putting some of our test manifests in alphabetical order, and this is because the manifests should reflect the actual execution order. Execution is already in alphabetical order, and so changing the manifests to be in alphabetical order just causes them to be reflective of reality, and then we can like add linting to ensure they stay in alphabetical order. So this looks like a fairly trivial move to keep things in alphabetical order. Let's make sure that our alphabetical ordering stuff is still happy with it. Mock lint. I think it's called test manifest, toolkit, modules, tests, browser ini, and we'll ask for warnings. One problem. Because it doesn't know what the test manifest. Run using valid linters or no linters. Maybe if I just run it on that file, it'll know what I'm talking about. I can't remember what the manifest linter's called. I thought it was test manifest, but maybe it's lint manifest. Maybe that's what it was. Okay, at any rate, we passed our linting, which means that it's in alphabetical order. And, this is a fairly trivial move. Finder highlighter moves up here. The skip ifs are these old skip ifs are commented out or sticking around, but that's okay. That's out of scope for this patch. It's a little strange, but we just want to put this in alphabetical order. I'm happy about this. I'm going to say thank you. There was an error in the build, or error. Oh, yeah. So I see this sometimes whenever I run linting. It's erroring out trying to load some of these Android linters, and that's okay. That's not like a fatal error or anything. It actually did run the linting, and if we wanted to verify, we can get the list of linters with like mock lint. Was it list? Here we go. And what's the name of the test manifest alpha? Oh, that was the name of the linter. Test manifest alpha. Good. Okay, so we're in good shape. So I'm going to approve this patch. Thank you so much to the thanks. Looks great. Thank you so much to the submitter, Anwar RHSL, who's helping us put these things into alphabetical order. And I'm gonna land this. And remind me, I need to figure out what else there is to do here under toolkit. Components, toolkit components, all that needs to go in alphabetical order. And there's a patch here that is still waiting on a new revision. So we'll wait on that. And then toolkit content. Here's another one that's waiting on a revision. Modules is the one we just reviewed. So we're almost done here. So that's good. That should reduce the number of things I was supposed to be reviewing. Oh, it already did automatically. Great. So landing is queued. Next up, first of all, let's see how we're doing here. Still building under DOM. Well, now while we're waiting for this to build, we can sort of plan our next steps. So we've actually done this and this. We need to update Jump List Builder, Windows Jump List Builder, to use the legacy Windows Jump List to use the legacy interface. And then we're going to create a new NSI Jump List Builder and implement it using the code we've got. And then have create Jump List Builder in NSI Win Taskbar. Use that if prefed to do so. Oh, to use that. There will be no preference. It'll just be through a different access point. So Windows Jump List will check the pref based on the pref and treat them correctly based on that pref. Yeah. Okay. So the way I see us doing this, by the way, is instead of creating like a bare Windows Jump List file and a bare or a bare Jump List Builder file, I'm going to use HG copy to copy these old legacy files to the new ones, basically naming them back to what they used to be, and then emptying them all out, basically, and starting to like scrape out a lot of their behaviors and just leave a shell. And the rationale being, then we get to maintain a lot of the mercurial history, you know, for the file as we sort of evolve it. So what we've done is we've taken this file, these old files, Jump List Builder files, and we've basically branched them where we've created this legacy set of variants, and I'm going to copy those legacy set of variants to do our development on, and we can like update those to be all fancy and do our new things, and then have the Windows Jump List module choose the right one. And when we're happy with the new ones, we can just always choose the right one, remove those ones, and then the new ones will have the history, like the mercurial history of the old legacy files as well, because they got branched. And the advantage of that is for archaeology's sake. You know, if I had created new files, just starting from scratch, then when we remove the old ones, it's much more difficult to sort of like see the lineage of the jump list support in Firefox. Like in the future, you might go back through the new mechanism and then you'd hit a wall when I introduce those new files and go like, well, okay, well, there was jump list support back in 2020, so where was it? And then you'd have to like go find these other files and then work your way. So this is a way of saving time for any future code archaeologists. You won't recheck the tests if they still pass with legacy jump list. So yeah, we're gonna need some people to test this stuff. Like I'm gonna want QA to make sure that all of this stuff is still working with the legacy backend. It hasn't changed behavior. Yeah, for sure we'll want that. Okay, well, this is going to take longer than I thought just to do this rebuild, so let's move on to something else while we wait for that. Let's see. Migration Wizard. I just worked on a patch. We just enabled the new Migration Wizard by default to ride the trains yesterday. So that patch landed. That's this one. Pref it to ride the trains. So that's exciting. And then Akris is asking, how about profiling the build system? I don't know how to do that, but that'd be interesting. Off and on, we've had people work on improving build performance. Primarily, I think they focused on, you know, improving. A lot of that effort, it was like we realized, oh, the Rust compiler could be faster, and so we like would upstream patches to make the Rust compiler faster. Other times, it was like, oh, there are things you can do on your system to improve build time performance. I wonder if, for example, have I got Windows Defender doing the right thing here? I should have like deny listed its access to the Windows Defender system settings. I should like threat protection, scan options. No. Wrong. App and browser control. Isolated browsing, exploit protection. I've turned a bunch of this stuff off recently. Core secure boot. There's a way you can just sort of say like, hey, don't scan this directory. Don't ever do that. Ugh. Advanced settings. Oh, what? What are you talking about? Here. No, that's not what I wanted. No. Allowed threats? Am I allowed to have allowed threats? Protection settings. Real-time protection is on. Exclusions. Protect. Manage. Yeah, maybe that's what I want. Yes, I have excluded my Mozilla folder. Or have I? That's my old username. Oh my. I wonder if I can make things faster by excluding under M. Conley, not Mike Conley. M. Conley. Oh, thanks for pointing this out. This might actually speed things up a great deal. We'll see what happens. But if I wonder if like, are we gonna see like, is Windows Defender like eating up a ton of my CPU? Who knows? It's mostly Clang and something called the anti-malware service executable has been running. So maybe this will speed things up a little bit now that I've like deny listed it or allow listed it. It might need to sort of like catch up to the fact that I don't want this folder scanned anymore. I don't know when it checks its settings. At any rate, that's exciting. All right. So this is something I got pinged about that maybe we can take a look at, which is there is a you may have heard me talking about the Migration Wizard. It's great. It's new. It's fantastic. And one of the variants of the Migration Wizard is this sort of embedded experience where it sits inside of like the About Welcome, allows you to like import a bunch of stuff inside of our onboarding. It's nice and slick. It doesn't involve opening up a new window. And there's a variant of onboarding that shows itself inside of what we call a Spotlight modal. And we want to be able to embed the Migration Wizard inside of the Spotlight modal. And apparently it's not working currently. So I want to figure out what's going wrong with that. We can do that on screen while we wait for this stuff to build in the background. Okay, so we're going to build faster over here. Then we're going to read our instructions. So we're going to set a pref to enable the new tab dev tools to spawn the message, the Spotlight message. Migration Wizard custom elements shown in HTML but are not visible in the Spotlight dialog. Okay. Okay, we're going to figure out what's going wrong there. I think that is something I'm quite confident we can sort out before the end of this stream. Allowing threats, it's probably good for cybersecurity experts. I mean, I just know that if you are scanning all of the stuff that we're constantly building inside of like the Mozilla Central folder, you're adding a lot of overhead, and I appear to have been doing that for many years now. Which, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Think of all the time I could have saved. What a cluster. Okay, so mock run. The good news is I don't do the majority of my development on Windows, so I haven't really had to deal. This probably hasn't eaten into too much of my time. We're going to go to About Config, and we're going to set that pref. What was it? This one? To true. Then we go here, click on the wrench. We're going to search for this message. We're going to add below inside screen ID with AW pin Firefox the same level as logo property. Tiles type. Okay, so we're going to update the structure. Add below inside screen with ID AW pin Firefox at same level as logo. So in here, we're going to say tiles, hit modify. Okay. Now, is it supposed to be in there? Screen with embedded migration wizard should show in the spotlight dialog. So is the migration wizard in there? Let's see. It is. But it's not doing anything. And why is that? What is the name of this document? Document. I need to get the like window.location. Document. What is the document? No, I'm in the wrong place. What is this element's document? Browser. Current URI. Spec. Spotlight.html. That's why it's not showing up. It's because that needs to be added to the allow list. What is it? Migration wizard. We need to add it to this allow list. So I'll bet you now if I restart. And run through those steps again. Oh, we're done. Oh, we're moving along quite nicely there. Very good. We're going to find this, and we're going to copy this and put it under logo, or at the same level as logo. Hit modify. Huh, still not there. Now why is that? Okay, we can debug that. We can debug this. Well, hold on, where is it? Where is the migration wizard? Query selector. Yeah, it exists. Okay, let's try it again, but this time, oh wait, I'm gonna use the debugger to figure out why it's not getting populated. Migration wizard. Oh. Let's open up a different migration wizard so that we get access to the child. Migration wizard child. And we're gonna go there. We're gonna run this this again. And yeah, we don't see the event. This is after saying that the Spotlight URL is allowed to use it. All right, hold on. Auto request state. So let's see if that shows up. It doesn't. Okay, then that makes more sense. Probably the reason is because it doesn't know what a migration wizard is. Oh, we probably haven't loaded the scripts for the, yeah, okay. Okay, I know what's going wrong here. So we had part of the problem fixed. The other part of the problem is that spotlight.html, like, what was it, about welcome.html, needs to load this and this and this. And we need to get the fluent strings. All right, let's try that. Hey, we're already down at widget. Good stuff, gang. We should be done this build shortly. I'll put this under here. Okay, now it's showing up. Now it's not behaving it's not styled right, but like it should work. Now if I like choose to import from Safari. Yay. Okay, so that works. So now I just need to supply that information to the reporter. Let's see, what's the best way of doing that? IP Dahaya. The problem is that the Spotlight document both needs to import the migration wizard modules, strings and modules, but also needs to be added to the list of URIs that can use the migration wizard in browserglue.sys.mjs. This patch allows the wizard to show up in the Spotlight modal for me. We're going to say that this is a lang diff. Is there a better way of fencing that? Lang patch? Or maybe I just say patch. JS? Kind of. Diff? Yeah, alright, there we go. Okay. Clear that neat info. Booyah shaka. Oh. Linking error. I think. Warning. And then over here, fatal error. While building static components, Stat components.cpp, jumplistbuilder.h file not found. Jumplistbuilder.cpp. Where is that also defined? Static components.h builder.h. Widget windows components.conf. I missed one. Widget windows components.conf. Jump list builder contract IDs. Oh, I should make sure, like, what is using this contract? Let me see. Yeah, nothing. Okay. Okay. And that. Windows, is anything using this? Yes, the tests. So I'll have to update those. That's okay. See, jump list item, legacy jump list separator. Legacy. If you're wondering what these files that I'm changing are, this is what we do to like sort of statically build, like register the XPCOM components at build time, kind of. To like construct the list at build time for static registration of these XPCOM components. All right, where are we? So that's gonna do its thing again. That should be fairly straightforward. This build's almost done, and then we should update our tests and make sure that the tests still run. Looks like some warnings inside of a third-party library. Okay. Let's see what happens. It's building tests. Building toolkit components. As soon as it builds toolkit library, that means it's linking. Linking libzool. And that is like the big last step. There are other steps that occur right after it, but it's like the big last step. And if we pass linking, that means we're in relatively good shape, like through static analysis of like all of our naming. Okay, here we go. Toolkit library. Here we go. Let's see if it links. Oh, hold on. It built some subdirectories first. Now it's building toolkit Moz apps, the updater and stuff. Okay, almost at the end of the alphabet. It's doing it in alphabetical order. Now we're at X, toolkit X, XRE. Okay, we got past that. Now we're in XPCOM. I guess it's gonna come back to toolkit library. It's building that Moz glue thing that we needed, because it like reached the end of toolkit. And now I think it's going back and building all of the stuff that requires all of the built like artifacts. And one of those is going to be toolkit library, which is libzool. So let's go here. Easy peasy. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else we can do in the meantime while we're waiting for this to finish. Something small. Let me just check my list of things to review or things to do. We can review... Yeah, we could review this maybe. Okay. looks like in do failing because the new research type is no person. I guess I need to go to the UI. Oh, I see. Yeah, all right, that works for me. I'd suggest an early return here and not calling get extension list if a browser key is not equal to Chrome. So that we only run get extension list if the other browser happens to be Chrome. Waiting to add this for when we have the UI makes sense. Thanks. R equals me with the below change, presuming our automated tests all still pass. Thanks. So what's going on here, if you're curious, is we're looking at ways that we could attempt to migrate extensions from other browsers into Firefox. So we're starting with Chrome, we're gonna look at Chrome's extension list for other, if you're importing from your other Chrome profile that has extensions installed, we can scan Chrome, that profile for those extensions, and then have a mapping of Chrome add-ons with Firefox extensions, Firefox add-ons. We can try and do a one-to-one mapping, see if there are Firefox equivalents, and if there are, then we'll install those ones as well. The Firefox equivalents in Firefox is the idea. And who knows, down the line, maybe we could even like offer the user the ability to transfer settings from add-ons and storage and stuff. That might be a little tricky. But we're going to start with just seeing if we can transfer, just install the add-ons. Just being able, for example, to get the most popular ones like uBlock or something installed, or Video Download Helper, or those sorts of things, I think would be helpful. And again, it's just going to be another option in the list of things that a user can bring over. They don't have to if they don't want to. Okay, so I reviewed that. There was something else I wanted to review, which was this one. Dark Spirit. No, this can land first. This hides the duplicate microphone indicator window on Wayland and X11. On Wayland, which includes X-Wayland in this aspect, no X11 KD, X11 microphone icon is shown in the taskbar as long as the microphone is used by an app. Clicking on it mutes the microphone, scrolling it changes mic volume. On Wayland, Windows can't set themselves always on top of it. Firefox's duplicate microphone indicator window takes focus from the tab. This bug, and when clicking into the tab, the duplicate indicator becomes a background window behind Firefox. Screen sharing on Wayland, which includes X-Wayland, the Pipewire screen sharing indicator is red dot on the taskbar, which only appears if screen sharing has been approved in the Pipewire screen sharing dialog, which opens after screen sharing has been allowed in Firefox. Clicking on stop screen sharing. On X11, Pipewire isn't used, no red dot is shown in the taskbar. So Firefox's screen sharing indicator needs to stay there. I understand. So that's in this bug. We're going to basically suppress the indicator, the screen sharing indicator, if you're using Pipewire on Wayland. Otherwise, we'll use the built-in one. Okay, that works for me. Setting testing exception. I'm going to not use elsewhere. I'm going to say other, because there is a suite of existing tests for the new web RTC indicator that have been running on Linux, on Nightly at least, for a while. And I should say thanks. Thanks. Okay. Looks like CPU is mostly wrapped. Like we're waiting on a couple of things to be compiled using the Rust compiler. Bind gen, we're probably building some bindings. So my CPU has gone down. It's just like we're building the one thing. I don't think that can be sort of parallelized. And some of it's being pulled from SC cache. That's nice. I guess some of these were like dependent on one another, which is why it's not being done in parallel. Do you use multiple monitors in your workflow? Do you think an XR headset would ever be a useful replacement in years to come? Asks Nerdbloke. Well, that's a good question. Yes, I use multiple monitors. This is my primary, the one that's got my mouse on it, and my MacBook Pro, which is the machine I'm using, its screen is kind of my secondary, where I have, like, for now, OBS running, and the background chat that I'm reading right now is running on OBS on the secondary monitor, which is the screen of my MacBook. And do I think that an XR headset would ever be a useful replacement? Maybe. The resolution would have to be pretty good. Pretty good. And I can imagine being annoyed if there's ever any sort of tracking glitch or drift. But who knows? Maybe. Maybe. I'm kind of not super excited to be just surrounded by code on all sides. But maybe, who knows? I don't currently have the budget for one of those Apple headsets. I don't know if anyone saw the price there. That was pretty high. Who knows? Maybe maybe I'll get to borrow one time and try it out, and maybe I'll change my tune. But for now, I'm not convinced that it's gonna have a big benefit for me. But I could be wrong. I'd have to try it, and I don't have one right now, and who knows? Yeah, things blipping, trying to get my attention in my entire field of vision. If, like, Slack is going off, or email, Thunderbird's booping, and, I'm getting messages, and it's like I'm fully enveloped in my field of vision, I would probably lose my marbles. So the fact that it's all kind of contained within a monitor is helpful. At least I know where all the noise is going to come from this rectangle, and I can look away, and it's not going to, like, jump out at me from over here. That's helpful. All right. So that's done. This is actually a big deal. What is being talked about here, which is the WebRTC Global Indicator, which we've had for a while, enabled by default on Linux. This is just about Linux, because we've had that shipped by default on Windows and Mac OS for years now, but on Linux we didn't do it because we didn't have the integration into the taskbars for things like controlling the microphone and whatnot. And now I think we can just kind of do it. Let me just refresh my memory on how the indicator works. WebRTC indicator. And apparently part of the reason why we can just go ahead and do it is because the operating system, most Linux distros, major Linux distros, will show you that you're using your microphone or your camera, which is all we really wanted to do. That was what we were waiting for. We thought we needed to build the integration to tell the operating system, hey, Firefox is using the camera or the microphone. But it seems like they're kind of like taking care of it for us. Status bar. Oh, that's good. So like, yeah, we'll only do the status bar integration on Mac OS or Windows. Otherwise, we can just rely on the operating system doing it. It works for me. Works for me. Hey, build done, gang. We did it. All right, let's fix up these tests, and then maybe we'll copy those files, and then we'll call it a day. So the tests that I'm thinking of are the, where are these tests? The jump list tests. I thought they'd be under Windows. Get out. Someone put them under widget. Oh, all right. Yeah. Taskbar legacy. I'm gonna rename this. I'm gonna say this is now legacy. Skip if we're on Windows 10. That's interesting. In Azure. Okay. We're gonna rename this file. HGMove. Widget tests unit test taskbar. We're gonna say widget tests unit test legacy taskbar legacy jump list items.js. Okay. And then in here, we're just gonna put in our favorite word, legacy, for all of these. Legacy, legacy. And hopefully this test will pass. I've never tried running this locally. Jump list. Test legacy jump list. Taskbar create legacy jump list builder false. 7 and up only. All right. Test. I think it was legacy jump list. No. Test. Jump list. Test jump list. Whoop. Test legacy jump list. Yeah. Oh, whoops. All right, let me close this file because I need to open up this new one, but I can paste in the changes that we made. All right, let's see now if we can run this test. I have to mock build faster for all the repackaging. Okay, let's run the test. Mock test widget tests unit test taskbar legacy. Let's see what happens. what's going on here. Just taking a little while. It's saying that it can't find the terminal Cygwin, but that's a warning. Okay. The test doesn't even run. And that's because it's being skipped. And why is that? Intermittent. Due to this intermittent. And it was disabled 11 months ago. So I'm going to temporarily remove these skips to just run the test. The other thing we need to do is we need to update the references inside of Windows Jump List, the module. We can actually start doing that now. NSI jump. So we're going to change all of these. NSI legacy. Create jump list builder. I'm going to be create legacy jump list builder. We query interfacing at all? No. So not a whole lot of usage of NSI jump list in here. That's interesting. So it passed. So now if I run mock build faster and mock run, let's see if the if we properly update the item in the tray. Tray. And if so, wow, yeah, that was a long rename, everybody. Meet now. Hey, look, all our stuff. All our stuff. Very good. It all still works. Not super surprising, considering, you know, here, we're going to remove from the list. Yeah, it all kind of works. We just did a rename, so nothing too dramatic. But now what we can do is we can save or commit that change. I'm going to revert the test change, the test file change, because we need to probably keep those rules to keep our tests from being all silly. Bug, I don't even remember. Windows jump list. Was it this one? Yeah. We started this 4 months ago. Rename the old Windows jump list mechanisms to legacy jump list builder. So that's step 1. We did step 1. And now we're going to copy jump list builder. We're going to copy it. HG copy widget NSI legacy jump list builder. We're going to copy it to NSI jump list builder. Is that what we're going to do? Yeah. Much simpler interface. And we're going to copy widget Windows legacy jump list builder dot h2 widget Windows legacy jump. We're just gonna call it jump list builder. So I know this seems backwards. Like, wait, didn't you just rename all this stuff? Remember, we're doing this so that we can maintain the history. But I'm gonna start emptying these new copies out of most of their contents. But we're doing this to maintain the history. CPB. Okay. And then NSI jump list builder.idl. We can remove much of this. We're actually gonna, I think, use some of the old code that we had written as inspiration. So what did we, here actually we had it posted up here. What were the changes we had originally made to the IDL file? Yeah, I don't know how much this is still necessary. That was some of the hackery. Yeah, this hackery, I don't think we need that anymore. But this, obtain and cache favicon. That's what I'm going to copy over. All right. So most of this we can just get rid of. I'm going to empty this out for now. I think. Who calls set app user model ID? It's only called by the native stuff here. So I don't think we need to expose that. So instead, we're just gonna. And what's obtain and cache favicon? What was that used for? Oh, I see. We needed that for custom descriptions. Okay. All right. Let's do that. And then we need to put this back in the list of IDL files, widget laws.build, xp IDL sources. And we're going to call it NSI jump list builder.idl. And what else did I say in here? It's like I talked about all these different things. Don't need that, don't need that. But we needed interface NSI URI. Okay. So I think this will still build once I do this. Let's find out. And we're going to start, this is now when we can start bringing stuff over that we had built in the other patch. And we can start, we have our own little playground to do all that development. We don't have to deal with the baggage of the old back end. And then we need to have the front end use that preference that we have. We can port some of that stuff to choose the right back end, so to speak. So that'll be exciting. All right, I think I'm going to call it here. Thank you so much for watching episode 327 of The Joy of Coding. Yeah, that is done. Partially. Implement it using the code we've got. Create a new NSI jump list builder. Populate NSI jump list builder using the code developed in the previous iteration. Okay, so that's what we'll do next time. Ooh, doesn't like it. UID. Oh, because I need a new UID. New UID. All right. Do I have that anymore? Ugh, all right. UID gen. This is just stuff that the old XPCOM parser expects, but it's not actually used for anything anymore. But we have to put in like a unique ID. Yeah, thank you so much for watching episode 327 of The Joy of Coding. We can keep going on this stuff next week, making some inroads, and maybe we can start porting some of that code over. Just a reminder, I'm not doing any of the work outside of the stream, so if you're wondering, like the work for the jump list stuff outside of the stream, if you're wondering why this is happening so slowly, it's because I'm only doing it on this stream. So we'll inch forward again next time. Let me know what you thought. There's a link at the end of the agenda here to rate this episode. I read everything that comes in. You can let me know if you enjoyed the episode, if there's stuff that you want me to work on or adjust or you know, something you want me to focus on or talk about. Let me know. I read everything that comes in and I take your feedback seriously. So go ahead and click on that link and fill in the form, and you get to you can, I don't know, I've got a photo at the end of the ratings thing. I don't know if some people don't see it apparently, but I put photos, like a unique photo at the end as like a reward for filling out the form. And the most recent one, you get to see my guitar. You can see my guitar if you want. So go ahead and fill it out just to see the guitar. All right. Well, that's it. Thanks again for watching episode 327, and we will see you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. Hold on. Where's the music? The music. Here we go.
The joy of coding.
See ya.